Hello again, everybody. I am back with another ROM overview. This one here is called EverVolv. It's brand new. As far as I can tell, it was released on July 4th. It's a pretty cool ROM. It is AOSP based, but it does have CMTE or Cyanogenmods theme engine built right into the ROM. So customizing it with all of the CM13 type themes, on the Playstore is very, very easy to do. I've tried several. They all seem to be working very, very well. So let's just go ahead and get right into this ROM. Um, Again, this is for the Nexus 6. I guess I should have brought that up as soon as I started the video, but this is for the Nexus 6. It has the June security updates. I'm sure as soon as the July security updates are out, they will have it, incorporated into the ROM. This is what they call a nightly, although I don't think that they actually build them nightly because I am running the latest build, and it is a couple days old. I am running Blackbird kernel only because I like Blackbird kernel for the features I get from it. CCal or KCal and battery optimization and USB charging. That is why I run it. I highly suggest if you don't know anything about custom kernels or if you're new to flashing ROMs, stick with the ROM that comes with it. Okay. We're going to go into developer options. There's not a lot here. You do have your USB debugging. Make sure you guys have that turned on, especially if you're new, or even if you're not new. You guys know if you hit a wall, you're going to be able to pull logs through ADB, and it is going to get you out of a very, very tough spot with ADB. You have to have USB debugging turned on in order for that to work. If we go down to drawing, you're going to get your multi-window mode. There is no last app kill at the very bottom, like normal, or I shouldn't say like normal, but on other ROMs, that's where you would find it. It is not here. This ROM does not have a lot of custom features. It has some. The custom features that it does have are pretty cool. I guess what you would say just enough. Um, but the really cool thing is, and we're going to go ahead and get right into that right now, is if you go up to what they call the toolbox, which is basically some of the custom settings. um, we'll just run through this and then I'll show you at the end the feature of turning off all the custom settings so you can run a stock AOSP ROM. But right now I have it on, so all my custom settings are going to run. You have your volume controls under general. If you swipe to the right, that's going to give you your rotation controls. Swipe over some more. These are your power menu. Notice this is a little different. If you don't want these features, then you would turn it on. But I do want them in my reboot menu, like that. So I'm going to leave them toggled off. It's a little backwards. Took me a while to get that with this thick skull of mine, but I did get it. So that's how that works. I would like to see some more features in the reboot menu and the drop down. Hopefully that will come in future builds. We'll see. I'm gonna stick with this ROM for a while. I really like it. I want to see how far it goes. It's kind of nice to start with a ROM that just comes out for a device, and that way you can kind of like follow the progress. At least for me, I think it's pretty cool. So I will be keeping you guys updated on it. I'm not probably not going to give you an updated video on every little thing, but when they make milestones, big leaps and bounds, I'm probably going to put out another video, let you guys know where they're at. Next up is going to be the status bar. This is going to be where you can turn off or on your battery style, pick and choose. I have mine off right now because I'm running the 3-minute mod. And this ROM does not come with the 3-minute mod built into it. Okay, I'll tell you guys that right now. But Search 286, I think, I'm hoping I'm getting his name right. It's the number part I don't remember all the time. He's the person that runs the 3-minute battery mod for the Nexus 6 thread on XDA. And if you guys need a zip made for any ROM for the Nexus 6, you want a 3-minute battery mod zip made, that is who you're going to request it to. And he may not be the one that does it. I know Jolly Rogers builds some, and there's a couple others, and I wish I could remember their names right now. But if you go onto the thread, you'll see, he gives thanks to a lot of people that do work. Just go to the very end of the thread. You'll see where I requested this zip be made, and there'll be a link there. You can download that link, flash it in recovery, and it works perfect. So just letting you guys know that there is a zip for this build. Then of course you're going to have your battery percentage, whether you can show it or not, hidden, inside, outside, and then you have your clock. This was kind of, I really kind of wanted to see center clock. I like my center clock, but this ROM does not have that feature. Now, you can, of course, run exposed modules, and I am running exposed modules. I don't recommend it, unless you know what you're doing. And if you have problems, do not report them, in a bug report. You know, get the exposed off your system. If you have to, do a full wipe, reflash the ROM, and then see if you still have those bugs without exposed before you put in a bug report. But I am running the module. I did try the center clock, and I had problems with it. When I moved the center over, which did work, it threw up the day, Thursday, like 3 times on my status bar. So I'm just going to live with it over on the right side. Hopefully they will, put a switch in there for us to go to center. That would be nice. But as you guys can see, my drop down, my background, I have a custom image. That is a nice thing about Gravity Box. It gives you that option to do that. Then would be your quick setting panel, your pull down, and then of course your time contextual header. Whoops. Yeah, if you go back, it's going to take you right back into settings. So you want to hit that hamburger in order to go to the next option. Next up is going to be our system. It's going to be network first up. Then if you slide to the right, it's going to be disable system apps. Go to the hamburger, and then next up is going to be performance, which is kind of like a kernel auditor. Although I installed Kernel Auditor Mod, not Kernel Auditor from the Playstore, but Kernel Auditor Mod from XDA. Gives you a lot of options, a lot more options, or more in-depth than the one you get from the Playstore. That's the one I recommend, is the one from XDA. So that's the one I'm running. I don't really use this, but it's nice that they have it in there. Next up, of course, is going to be Super Sue. Basically just, your super user. You can go in there and set up your settings. I don't even use this. I actually just use, Super Sue in my, my app drawer. If I go to my app drawer and I go to, let's see here, super user. I do it this way. I go into my settings this way and set everything up like this through the app itself. All right. And then we will go back into settings here real quick. There we go. Toolbox. Next up is going to be bug report. This is going to be, of course, where you guys report if you have any issues. Just make sure, again, you're running the supplied kernel, and you are not running any exposed mods before you go reporting any kind of bugs. And then last but not least, did it again, is going to be settings. Now, settings, it's just one switch. This is a switch, a toggle for you to turn on or off the features that you just set up. And I'll show you real quick. If I hold my power menu, these are the features that I have enabled in my power menu. All right. If I flip that switch, it's going to shut those features off. And now I am running a stock ROM with the 3-minute mod and CMTE theme engine. Because if I hit my power menu again, look, I just lost my reboot. So, I'm going to go back. I'm going to hit that switch again and turn it back on. And if we do it again, see, I get my reboot menu back. So, by toggling it off and on, you're not losing the settings that you already set up and made. You're just turning them off. and then turning them back on, which I think is it's pretty ingenious. I don't know of any other ROM that has this out. I think it's pretty cool. Uh, and I can't wait to see how far this goes and what they do with this. Again, it does include Cyanogenmods CMTE theme engine. This is the CM13 theme engine. The basic theme, the wallpaper, obviously looks like that. I am running Neat um, by Adatia. He's the one that did Accent. He's the one that built the layers theme Accent. He also did this. This is the first one that I knew him from. I actually did some testing for him on this one. He's an outstanding theme developer, especially for themes. But to be honest with you, I don't. He did the layers theme, the layers neat theme. I think Vivik Neel did this one. Yes, Vivik Neel is the one that created this one. Sorry about that, Vivik. I didn't. I got it confused. The whole layers versus CMTE thing, and but anyways, make sure if you guys run this, give Vivek a thumbs up. He does great work too. I run a lot of his themes. It's just awesome. Um, I think my fonts are transparent black. I always usually run transparent black. And my header is, which is nice. See, they include the header pack. My header pack, I'm running Jayrod's Validus. So that's what I'm running for header pack. And guys, that's about it. As you guys can see, there's the Validus header pack. You can see the drop down menu. Now I'm going to show you also, if you go up here and hold the settings menu until it starts to spin, it will unlock the system UI tuner. That's where you can go in and add or remove tiles to your system. Your quick your quick drop down. The thing is there's really nothing to add. I have not done anything to this whatsoever, and if I hit the add tile, that's all I have is the broadcast tile. So hopefully with future updates, because again this is a nightly, there will be more features added to this. Just remember this one here, this ROM was just put out on the 4th for this device. So I'm really looking forward to see how far and where this ROM goes. So I will tell you guys right now, it's running great. I have had no issues whatsoever with it. Even running exposed, I've had some exposed issues, but you can't blame that on the ROM. And really, it's Gravity Box kind of doing some weird stuff with the status bar. And I've had that happen on other ROMs too. It's not just this ROM. Battery seems to be very good. Remember, guys, do not look at my battery because it's dropping. It's really dropping. I mean, I'm doing this video at if I go into my settings, it's Quad HD is what I'm recording this at. I've got my brightness up 100%. I've got a lot of apps running in the background, and I'm recording a video, so it's like camera running. So I'm gonna be using my battery up very very fast. It's not representative of how the battery really functions or its general use, because it's actually the battery's pretty good in it. Um, I can't think of anything else to show you guys on this. I did want to show you guys the XDA thread. This is the thread and the changelog and the OP for EverVolv. As you guys can see, it was posted July 4th. There is the developer of this ROM. Elgin SK8R is the OP, or the developer. Again, guys, it's AOSP based ROM. It's got a lot of internal tweaks to it. And the really cool thing is the whole switch where you can switch it to run just a pure stock ROM, or you can run with the options, or run with the few custom features that they do have built in. And for me, what I like about it, it's a really really lightweight ROM that has Cyanogenmods theme engine in it. And you guys know that the lighter the ROM you run usually means that is a little more reliable. You have less issues with it, and it just runs smoother normally. That's not, to say that that is exactly the case, because there are a lot of other ROMs that I run: AOSIP, Dirty Unicorn, Screwed, Candy 6. They're all outstanding ROMs, and they have a lot of custom features. But this is for those people that don't like them really heavy built ROMs, but like to have a theme, like to have a theme engine in it. So kudos to him. I think this is an outstanding idea. I've got nothing but good to say about this. I'm pretty happy about it. So I will be following this thread. I also wanted to um, show you guys, if you go to the 3-minute battery mod thread on XDA on the Nexus 6, for the Nexus 6, that's going to give you where you will go to request. And actually, this is not it. This is actually G. Harrington's site. So where would that be at? It should be real close to the top because, yeah, it's basically right here. If you go to this thread, it's search 826. He's the one that maintains this thread, does most of the building, but he is not the only one that builds the zips for you to throw on your device. There are quite a few others, and I would really like to show them if I can in this video. I'm going to pause this again. But this also gives you the option where if you click on here, it'll tell you how that you can make your own zips. If you guys are really, if you're good at doing that, you can just follow these links. It'll show you how to do it. There's actually even a video. Although I've tried to watch the video and I couldn't make heads or tails out of it because, well, I'm just that dumb when it comes to lollipop and marshmallow. Kit Kat, I could handle. Jelly Bean, I could handle. When it went over to Lollipop and Jelly Bean, man, I was lost. Here, this is what I wanted to show you, the contributors. Obviously, G. Harrington, he is the creator of the 3-minute mod. That's the person you really, really want to thank. Without him, we wouldn't even have this mod. Then, of course, there's Bdor 1105. He was the one that actually started this thread and then handed it off to Search because he had other things going on in his life. Jolly Rogers Hook does a lot of zip making himself too. So does TW Cobra. I've had him build me a lot of zips. I mean, these guys, along with Search 826, these guys all deserve a big thumbs up. Thank you. But again, guys, you go to this thread. These are awesome people. They're very nice to talk to. And they'll pretty much, if they can do it, they will build you to zip. And they're very happy to do it. That's pretty much all I have, guys. Again, this is EverVolv, the name of the ROM. And it does come with custom wallpapers too. I forgot to mention that. It does have their own custom wallpapers, which is pretty cool. So you don't just get stuck with this one. It actually flashes with the one that you saw in the theme. But if you press and hold, and you go into wallpapers and you choose wallpapers, right here, as you can see on the bottom when it comes up, those are the wallpapers that it comes with, which is pretty cool. Again, I told you guys before, I like it when a ROM has their own custom wallpapers. I just think it's very cool, and I like running custom wallpapers. It just shows off the ROM that you're running. Well, guys, that's pretty much it. Again, this is Glockman4519. I really appreciate you guys watching the video. If you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I want to thank all of my subscribers, and I will see you guys on the next one.